you learned how to like not erase your mistakes that easily and stuff, and see your mistakes. She didn't scare him away. I slapped him because he was we are married. Okay, go fuck yourself. Okay.
And welcome to another episode of the Convoluted Podcast. It's your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, here to bring you a special guest I stole from the guys over at Life of Layman. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Xicara, and I'm drawing. Hello, people. What's up? I draw, and I have a YouTube channel. Check it out. Yeah, that's it.
So the reason I reached out is I got a chance to listen to the episode that the boys put out it's been a while now, and I really enjoyed your guys' conversation. I thought you were enjoyable to listen to. And
yay!
So like I've been reaching out recently, and I was about to go check out some of the other stuff that you posted, but I was not able since we just literally jumped into this recording. So yeah, guys. It's fine. So honestly, I didn't get a chance to kind of look into it, but from what I remember listening to the show, you not only do you have a YouTube channel, but you also do a podcast. You're studying art. You're a very busy young lady.
Not really. I kinda like took like a year off.
Is there a reason why?
Yeah, because that school is shit, and I want to change school. So yeah.
Hey, that's totally understandable. If it's not meeting your expectations, why waste your time?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, like I could end the school this year, but I prefer to make the year again, and like, yeah.
Okay. So some of the things I was hoping to get when listening to the guys' episode. So here's a fun question: is how I've had the boys on my show as well, and I've been on theirs. How was your experience with the boys from Life of Layman?
It was weird, and the guys from the podcast Two Friends and Xicara made fun of them because they are old.
It was getting awkward. I'm not gonna lie. So for anyone listening, the way sometimes we record, mostly since you're from Portugal, we're doing everything like over the internet. When I did my why can't I talk? When I did my interview with them, we did it over the internet, and then we found out that we actually live like a couple miles apart. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, and when I went onto their show, I literally drove out to their studio and hung out with them, and they're pretty interesting fellas. But it did sound, I'm not gonna lie, I love the boys, but it did get really awkward at points when they kept saying that, you know, there's some couple of old dudes talking to this like young lady. So that's one of the things that kind of made it like funny in a way. But I don't know, it is what it is. But it turned out to be a fun episode because like I honestly reached out to talk with you because it's fun. But so do you have any thoughts coming out of that episode?
I don't remember anything that happened in that episode.
And I think that's for the best. It was a very weird episode, and the boys smoke a lot of weed.
I listened to it. Oh yeah, I don't smoke weed anymore because money and yeah.
I hear you. So, moving back a little bit to you. This episode's about you. So I got a chance to like understand how you joined the podcast and I didn't get a chance to know how and why you started YouTube. So let's start with that. Why and how did you start your YouTube channel?
I was bored, so I made a video. And yeah, the video was shit. It was the review on Prison School, but I only got more subscribers when I did like a video called "I'm Not Like the Other Girls. I Have a Crush on Monkey Jones," and that video now it has like 1,000 or something, almost 2,000 views.
Wow, that's
which
amazing.
Is awesome.
you gotta love those little milestones, mostly when you're in the YouTube space. Like I've been doing YouTube also on the side, here and there. It's nothing really big.
I got most of my subscribers from the monkey community.
That's amazing. So what got you continuing to do your YouTube channel and some of the work you do on there?
If you see my YouTube channel, I barely do any videos because I lost interest, to be honest. I just do the podcast, and I didn't even do this week because I didn't feel like it, to be honest, and I was feeling really bad, and I didn't do the episode, but yeah.
So let's.
But I'll do it the next week. Next week.
All right, then I'll transition over to the podcast. So what's the name of the podcast and what is it about?
It's called Two Friends and Xicara, and it's basically we talk shit. I don't even know what we talk. It's just Schmuck comes up with topics and we talk about it.
Okay. So, I honestly, this is where normally I do a little research when I have guests. So I'm sorry. Like, I wish I had a chance to listen to the show, but from there's a lot. This is weird. Like a lot. It's weird to say, but like I would tell people to go listen to the boys episode to get a little bit more information because the way they explain it, it sounds like it's like just the three of you, right? And you guys are just kind of bouncing.
It's the three of us and some guests.
Okay. Oh, so you guys have guests on too?
Yeah, almost every episode has guests. It's basically people from the monkey community.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I personally don't know what Monkey Joe in that community is. Can you explain a little bit about that?
So basically, the monkey community is the community of a guy called Monkey Jones that used to do joke anime reviews, but now and he was kicked from YouTube, by the way. Yeah, everyone is pissed off about that because he was kicked because he made videos about Elliot Rodger, that is a serial killer, that was like a guy who killed people. It is very funny. He's my favorite not YouTuber because I mean he's kind of on YouTube. He has his girlfriend's channel. The channel it's from his girlfriend, but he posts videos there. But yeah, okay, he's my favorite YouTuber. Yeah, he's very entertaining, and he's edgy as fuck.
That's one thing I did get from listening to the show, that you're willing to speak your mind for the most part. Like if from listening, you're not holding back from anything.
Yeah. if it was some years ago, I'll probably hold back everything. I used to be very shy.
Okay. So, like, I kind of understand that a little bit. It's the show, how this show works. It's made me kind of open up a little bit and talk to people. Honestly, that's the only reason I talk to random strangers on the internet, which in itself is weird, but I usually get some interesting conversations, and I get to meet interesting people like yourself. Yay! That I would never get to meet. Yeah. Honestly, I like that's one thing interesting, and I hope you guys also in the near future get, like, when you guys are doing your shows, like, you get to find so what's been some of the interesting experiences working on the podcast, minus the guys trying to like gang up on you?
Guys, what?
The guys from your show kind of ganging up on you.
Oh, it was interesting. It's fun. It's a good. I was gonna say waste of time, but it's not waste of time, because like it's like a thing that we have. We are already on episode 20 or something. I don't know, but like, yeah, it's cool to have like a channel with a bunch of podcasts, even though like a few people watch it. Not a lot of people watch it. And yeah, it's been fun, except when days I don't feel like doing it, but other days I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So yeah.
Okay. No, I totally get you when it comes to, mostly when you're working on stuff. There are times, everyone's felt that feeling of I don't want to do it. Not right now. Because like I work a full-time job. And then I do now I do 4 podcasts and work on my YouTube channel. That is my name. But yeah, there's a lot that happens, and but there are times that I feel exhausted and I can't do it. Like, actually, depending on when this is released, like, I've already had to skip 2 episode recordings for a different show that I'm on, just because I've been too exhausted from working and working on my other shows just to catch up. And
why do you have 4 podcasts?
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can answer that for you. So the one you're on right now, the Convoluted Podcast, this one's the one, my main one, where I just like talking with people. A little bit more now. I like enjoying talking with people, because you never know who you're going to get on and what you'll learn from them. Then I got the one I'm a co-host with. It's a gaming podcast called the Save Point Podcast, where it's a weekly show where we talk about, the news of the gaming news and what's up with that, and catch up with everyone. That's the one that I've been missing, because it's run by someone else. I just show up and join them to talk, but they have a specific recording time. When I'm doing this show, I kind of work with my guests to kind of like, I try to be respectful of people's time. I know people are busy and stuff, so I try to work around their time. But that one has a specific time and day I have to show up, so it's kind of hard when I'm exhausted. So let me think here. So the third podcast that I produce is called Reaction Cast. So the Reaction Cast is kind of my podcast where I talk about TV shows and movies and anime and stuff like that. And that one's just, I talk about every episode and what I thought about it and stuff like that. It's kind of my fun podcast. It's not like not saying this is fun, but it's more of me just talking. This one I talk with people. And then the last one, this new one. So I think when this episode goes live, the new podcast is going to go live too. It's a brand new one. I'm working with another co-host. It's a conspiracy podcast called the JC Files. And that's where we, talk about a conspiracy every episode, and we kind of deep dive into that. And the reason I do them all is because they're just fun. It's just like you said, you enjoy doing it with the boys over at Two Friends in Xicara, and I just like being with everyone and talking with them.
I see.
Yeah, that was a little long-winded, and I do apologize for anyone listening. But yeah, that's kind of the reason I do all my shows.
So yeah.
Sorry.
By the way, I'm doing a comic.
Okay. Tell us a little bit more about that.
I'm only gonna start drawing in November, maybe. That's the deadline that they said. Like I'm working with one writer and 2 world builders.
Okay.
I found on Discord and on Reddit, and yeah. And yeah, they are helping me. And I said, oh, when can this be done? Like, kinda. And they said, oh, maximum November. So yeah, maximum before Christmas. We want to have this done before Christmas.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's basically it's this fantasy world that like it's this fantasy world that basically the main story is these kids that are slaves, and basically there is like an island. There are 2 islands. One island there was a curse some time ago because the people in there started using fire and shit. And there is a curse that made everyone into kind of zombies that don't eat brains. And yeah, everyone turned into zombies. And the curse stopped. But then when some guys from the continent went there and started using fire, and went also to another island, and they created a path with magic between the 2 islands and the continent. And the curse started spreading to the other island. And basically it's some kids from that island that are gonna go to that path to escape slavery and shit.
Okay, I'm starting to get the idea for the basic idea, and it sounds interesting. So it sounds like it's your guys are currently working on it, and it should be done come November. For sure, December will be out. That's something.
November will be out the script, and I have to draw it.
Oh, really? Wow. So
yeah.
So I from listening to the other episode, you were starting to be an art student. Has drawing been a passion of yours?
Kinda. I have this thing where sometimes I don't want to draw at all, so I don't. But now I'm starting to make sure that I draw even if I don't want to. So yeah.
Interesting. Well, what's interesting is actually that I remember I was talking with someone a couple weeks ago. It's what you're doing is like actually really good, because a lot of people aren't willing to push themselves when they know they have to. There's a lot of, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of times when not when I'm recording. When I'm recording it's easier, but when I'm like editing, it's like I don't want to like get up, edit, and I kind of want to push it for another time, and maybe like I'll make it another week episode. But people have to. It's something that people should try to push themselves when they're working on something, mostly on something they're passionate about. Even the stuff that are kind of the annoying stuff, because once you get past the annoying stuff, then there's some good stuff to look forward to. But more so the things that you enjoy. But then there are times when you don't want to force yourself, because then whatever you're passionately doing can become an annoyance too. So you got to find yourself a balance somewhere there.
Yeah. I don't know how to respond. Sorry.
No, you're fine. like I said, you're more than welcome to ask me questions or ask for any clarifications. But I'm looking forward to some of the work that you're coming, and I'm gonna check out some of the other videos you have. But it sounds like right now you're trying to change schools. You're working on a lot of other small projects, and for the most part, you're keeping busy, and sometimes that's
my
great.
business is basically drawing and reading because I'm trying to read books and listen to audiobooks so that I can write better, because I'm really not a reader, so I have to make myself read because I don't like reading.
I know. Trust me, I know. I am wholeheartedly with you there. It's tough for me to kind of just sit down to actually read a paperback or on a tablet and stuff. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of audiobooks. I think the only books I read are comics and web comics and manga. That's literally it.
At least you listen to audiobooks. I don't even do that. I mean, I'm trying to do that, but like I have this thing where I don't. It can be a very simple book, but like my mind goes to other places, and when I realize I'm not listening to what the audiobook is saying, I'm thinking about other stuff.
So here's a suggestion. Have you ever tried listening to audio dramas?
Isn't that audiobooks, but drama?
It's kind of like an audiobook. Think of it like, what's the best way to put it? So audio dramas are kind of like old radio shows. You know, you have people acting the roles of characters. There's music in the background, stuff like that. It's a story still being told, but it's more like you're listening to a TV show, which is the best way I can put it.
Oh, I don't know, like, I actually read the book of Monkey Jones. That is an extremely easy to read book, by the way, and I recommend it. And I really liked it, and that was basically the only book I read I really liked. I don't read that many books. I'm trying to. I'm reading now a book on world building, so I can build a world.
Okay, so you're reading more like technical books to kind of improve yourself, not like just general stories. Like
I'm listening to stories, audiobooks.
Okay.
But like I'm understanding the book, the world building book. I'm not understanding the audiobooks I'm reading. I'm listening.
It's kind of hard when, I don't know, it's hard because like picking the right book, you know, the story has to be interesting to the reader or listener. Like if it's not
there was one audiobook I listened to that I understood, but it was so cliche and was so bad. It was so shit. It's called Throne of Glass.
Throne of Glass.
Yeah, it's basically about this girl that, like, she's a slave and she was an assassin, a very well-trained assassin, and basically she's a badass and she's perfect, and yeah.
Sounds interesting, but depending on how it's written, it could get pretty cheesy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I hope you can find something to.
She's such a Mary Sue.
Oh, so that type of character. Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh, that must be rough. Hopefully you can find something that catches your interest a little bit more when trying to develop your own writing skills.
And there isn't imagery, like I could, like, there isn't descriptions of nothing, and like in the world is so basic. Like, the only thing I understood were the characters and shit. I didn't understood the world because they didn't explain anything.
That's That's pretty bad because you're trying to do world building. World building helps spread the story a little bit more. You can learn a lot about a character, and you can make a character interesting. But if you don't make the world that character belongs to interesting, or at least like somewhat viable, then it's just a character doing stuff, and just that can be very disappointing. I've known a lot of shows like that have just had like interesting characters but a flat background, and it's just pointless at that point, and it's just boring.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty
okay.
shit.
All right. So you have a lot of works. Oh my god, that scared me a little bit. So tell us a little bit more about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Anything you're willing to share. This is an episode about you.
I need more specific questions.
Oh, that's tough. Most people just answer random stuff. Here's a tough one. So, how old are you again?
I'm 18.
You're 18. Okay, you're actually
that was such a tough question. Oof.
No. This is a tough one. You're about the same age as my younger sister. So, this is the question then. So, what are you have a lot of stuff happening right now, but what are some plans you want for yourself for the future, or what are some goals you want to achieve for yourself?
I really wanted to make a comic, make a comic that I write, because I'm a terrible writer, but I wanted to make a comic. I'm doing one right now, but I wanted to do other comics. Or I wanted to be like an illustrator or something. Or an illustrator or a comic book artist. One of those.
Okay. All right. So you're doing some of the stuff to kind of get you there, and that's a few steps in the right direction, and I'll give you props for that. You know, a lot of people just say it and don't put their feet in the water when trying to do what they're trying to achieve. So, good on you.
I tried to write a bunch of comics. I never ended one because I'm a terrible writer.
Don't say that. You know, okay. This is there are. I still actually have them. I have a bunch of 4-panel comics that I drew. They're somewhere in my parents' garage. I drew them. I'm not the greatest of drawers or illustrators or whatever you want to call it. Whatever that profession is, that wasn't me. It was just a kid drawing. But I have a bunch of 4-panel comics in my parents' garage. I saw them a couple years ago, and I wrote them back when I was in high school. They were really, really, really cringy shit.
Same. I read some stuff. I read some when I was 14. It was so fucking cringy. But a 14-year-old writing about a guy that is like drunk in a bar and a guy who wants to catch a Bigfoot.
And what's interesting is what's funny is the only thing besides the cringiness, I did kind of take away that I did have some level of imagination. I did have an idea of some stuff. Surprisingly, I actually had a passion to draw. I was a shitty drawer. That's why I'm not doing it now. I actually had software to do comics and everything, but I never pursued it. I can tell you now, and I've been told, they can be lying to me, but I'm a pretty good storyteller. I can't write for shit, but if I'm in a campfire and you want to listen to a story, I can give you a good story.
That's cool. I can't even do that.
It's something. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. It's I don't know. At this point, I've seen enough shows. I've read enough comics and books and stuff, and listened to enough stories to kind of meld it into something interesting. But depending on the audience you're trying to do, it's a tough one because not everyone's going to be interested in the story you're telling. And I think
True.
that's.
But I wanna build a big world and shit.
Okay. No, that's
a big world, but it's only 10 chapters.
It takes time. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a possibility. There's a lot of things that can do it. I'm actually okay. I'm gonna give a little secret out because this is gonna be a future thing. I'm actually currently working on a big story, for a possible 5th podcast, a D&D podcast where I tell a story and I have a couple. What?
That's cool.
So currently I'm writing a lot to get the world ready, to get some base characters, and then I'm just looking for some people interested to be characters in that world. But right now I'm just world building, which takes a lot of time. People ask anyone listening, ask any dungeon master or game master. World building is hard, or anyone who writes anything. World building is hard. But I'm willing to do it because the story I want to come up with is really interesting, and what I find a little difficult, mostly since this is D&D, I have to put in game mechanics into the world, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But besides that, so I'm glad that you're going back to you. I'm glad you're pursuing a little bit more into some of the things you're doing and learning some.
Right now, from yesterday on, I decided I'm gonna draw every day. I'm gonna draw like sketches of ends, of buildings, of whatever I can draw. Like train whatever I can't draw, because I realized I can't draw backgrounds, which is an important thing if you want to do a comic. And I'm training backgrounds, like I'm gonna train backgrounds every day and shit.
Okay, cool, nice. See, that is a very important skill.
Right repetition. Now I'm drawing feet.
Drawing feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta get practicing somewhere and doing something. So, actually, I'm trying to picture in my head drawing feet, and for some reason I got a turkey, even though turkey comes with a hand.
Yeah, because feet aren't as important as hands, because usually people have their shoes on, but yeah, they are still important.
No, yeah, I can think of a couple scenes where I've seen feet, which is weird. I don't know why I'm thinking about feet. Dang it, why am I thinking about feet? Everyone stop thinking about feet. Sorry. So then I want to ask you something on the positive side. What are some of your stronger suits when drawing? What are some of the things that you're currently good at?
I'm better at anatomy than some people, but I'm still pretty bad at anatomy. What am I good at drawing? I'm good at drawing realistic and traditional. I'm really good at that, but I don't do that anymore because it's boring. But I used to do that a lot. The drawing like realistic drawings in traditional. In digital, it's a bit harder for me, but yeah. I mean, I just copied. So if I copy a drawing on digital, I can do it. But like invent a drawing, a realistic drawing is hard. And I don't like to copy stuff on the computer. I prefer doing that on paper.
Okay, interesting. So you dipped your hands to both the traditional and the digital drawing status, and like the way I see a lot of like the web comics that I watch, not that I read. Why did I say watch? That I read. Mostly everything's done digitally. What are some of the positive and negatives you've noticed when drawing in the traditional and the digital field?
Well, let me think. In the digital, there are a lot more. It's a lot harder in traditional because you can't like fix things that easily. You can't like if you have a darker color, you can't put a lighter color in so it gets lighter. You can't do a lot of stuff, especially with some materials. That's why I prefer digital because it's so much easier and like there is a darker color. I want to make that space a little lighter. I put it lighter. I want to change the colors. I go to the thingy and I change the colors. I want to change the shape of the head or something. I go there and change the shape of the head. And yeah, and there are layers and all of that stuff, and it's a lot easier. But let me think. Digital. What are some downs of digital? I don't know. I love digital. There are probably some, but like I don't know.
Okay. So, all right. So
digital. You better start learning from traditional than digital because you learn how to like not erase your mistakes that easily and stuff and see your mistakes or something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying what a teacher would say.
Hey, so if it's something you remembered, it's probably been repeated multiple times for a reason, right?
Yeah.
But that, honestly, it's cool that you're doing something you really like and you're pushing yourself on doing it, and you have a project coming up, and it sounds like you want to do a project for yourself, and that's something that I hope to see in the future, and I'm looking forward to it too.
I'll send it to you when the comic goes out. That it's probably like 10 chapters, one day, not one day, a lot more than that. 1 week per page, probably in a year or something.
Hey, take your time. It's your work. I'll be sitting and waiting, looking forward to it. So
you'll probably forget it.
No, I never forget any of my guests. Trust me. That's one thing I will say.
I forgot all of the guests from Two Friends in Xicara.
That's a little sad. Maybe they just weren't interested.
Right now, I can think Tachyon, one blind guy, Cam, CPU. I don't know.
Hey, you remember their names, but I can say it now that I remember just about over 80% of my guests, and I try to stay in contact with as many as I can, because there's a lot that we talk about outside the show, because there's a lot, there's a lot of common ground sometimes that I find. And there's a lot of story sharing that goes along when it comes to this show. There's like mostly when it comes to just talking. Like right now you mentioned a lot of some of the work you do, and I'm like, it's cool. Like honestly, It's cool that some of the stuff you're trying to do, and I'm honestly looking forward to some of the stuff you're pursuing. Like that's
Yay!
why I'm honestly looking forward to it. So, I'm yeah. So what are some of the things that you do to kind of like relax? Some of your pastimes.
Usually, I usually just go on Discord, or I don't watch. I usually or I go on YouTube, but I used to watch TV shows. I don't watch that much lately. I haven't watched much TV shows lately. I didn't even watch the Game of Thrones first episode of the new season, and I used to be obsessed with Game of Thrones, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to watch it right now.
Wow, that is a big hot take right there.
What?
That you were such a big fan of a franchise like Game of Thrones, and is there a reason the show kind of just fell off your bandwagon?
Nah, it's just any show. I don't feel like watching TV shows right now.
Okay, this is actually something interesting I want to know, since you're part of the kind of it sucks the way I want to say it, that I'm going to say it, but since you're part of the younger generation,
yeah,
I've noticed a lot of people kind of moving away from traditional television, and kind of like the cinema's still out there, but there's less people kind of going. But a lot of people are doing kind of the YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, all the streaming stuff. From some of the people that are around you and yourself, what is it about like having these services that make you kind of pull away from piracy? Can you elaborate?
Yeah, piracy is like you can get anything for free. You don't even need a television. You just need a PC that's fairly decent. And an antivirus, of course.
I'm not gonna deny that. I know a lot of people that I will not name that are big people who download a lot of stuff.
I download a lot of fucking stuff. I downloaded the Sims. And okay. I got bored of it in a week.
So what are some of the other things that kind of catch your interest then?
I like to be on Discord and like discuss my story, or just be like fucking around. Usually it's that, or go on Omegle and fuck around and talk about shit.
Okay. Here's an interesting. Would you take this challenge? Would you be willing to give up an online presence for? I'm gonna make it simple. For 3 days.
Why?
Like, just to kind of, what's the best way to put it? To decompress from.
No.
No. Really?
Why would I do that?
So.
Only if you pay me.
That's for a game in the future, actually. Okay, so there. Okay, I know a lot of people like this who are online and on their phones a lot. I was really bad at it.
That's like, me.
And there's not. I'm not saying it's bad. It's not bad in a sense if you're using it productively. But I'm gonna just say this is me. For a good amount of time, I'm gonna say, quote, wasting time. Like I was on Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, Twitter, and Discord.
I don't go on those things. I usually just go on Discord or Discord or Omegle.
All right, but basically online stuff, like your online services.
I just go on Instagram when I'm bored, like in some place. Like I don't go on Instagram when I'm home. On Instagram, I'm doing on home. I'm doing other stuff like on Instagram. I just go when I'm bored in some place and I don't have anything else to do, and yeah.
Okay, cool. So you have a handle on how you use you're online.
Nah, I spend a lot of time online.
So is it then my question would be, is it productive to you?
No. Sometimes it depends.
So for in my experience, I've wasted way too much time. Like I just Whoa, are you okay?
Yeah, 1 second.
Oh yeah.
My charger, my microphone fell off and my charger didn't charge. Okay. What were we talking about?
Online, being online.
Oh yeah, being online is great.
So the reason I would say just to limit yourself is not like I said, for me. I was on there way too much. I was just honestly just scrolling to scroll just to wait because I was bored. So when I thought about it, I was honestly just on a week basis, I was wasting about 12 hours worth of time just scrolling through all being online, just scrolling randomly. So those were 10 hours I could have used to work on something productive or something interesting, but I just wasted it on scrolling. That's one of the reasons I kind of brought up the topic is because the way the people are right now, there's just so much content online that it's there to kind of distract you in a sense. When you have an opportunity to, it's fun to kind of just do something mindlessly. But then when you overuse that and you're just wasting time, then you're just wondering why you didn't get anything done. Do you get what I'm saying?
I used to waste a lot of time just to not study because I hate studying.
Hey, you and most students out there.
Yeah.
So,
studying
do you have any?
sucks.
Hey, do you have any questions?
Yeah.
No, you have
Sorry.
something. No, you're good. Do you have any questions for me?
Except if it's something interesting like studying how to draw or studying like reading a book on world building.
Anything to keep you interested. Okay. So, do you have any questions for me?
Not really. Sorry.
No, it's fine. So we're gonna move towards the end of the show. We're getting towards that point. Before that, we're gonna have a few words from our friends.
This podcast brought to you by OuchThatHurts.com. Visit Ouch That Hurts for music, gaming, reviews, editorials, podcasts, and more. Ouch That Hurts, HERTZ.com.
Come hang out and chat with everyone on our Discord channel. Be a part of our community.
Okay.
And we're back. So, at this point of the show, I usually ask our guests to regale us with a tale of the weirdest, strangest, most convoluted thing that has ever happened, you have ever encountered, or you've ever done.
Okay, so there was once this guy I'm in an art school. I'm not going there anymore because I don't know, it's so far away, the school, and it doesn't matter. So there was this guy that basically he went there just to be with people. He's homeless, but he was homeless, but he was a pretty cute homeless, like a punk kind of homeless. So basically I said that homeless guy didn't like me very much, and in that day I was like, hi, person who is homeless. I didn't say that, I said his name. Like I said, hi, what's up? and he was like, I don't like you, fuck off, I don't want to talk to you, whatever. Are you listening?
No, yeah, I'm just staying quiet, so it's like the recording. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So basically, on that day, I was going home, and he was like, "Oh, do you have a euro?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I gave him an euro to see what he was gonna do. And he was like, "Oh, thank you. Sorry for being so mean. Whatever." Yeah. And then we ended up hanging out, and he told me a lot of stuff, and he ended up sleeping at my door.
What?
Yeah.
Did he become like a dog?
He likes dogs, but whatever. He slept at my door. And then I kind of tried to kiss him. And then in the next morning, my mom realized he was there, and he was like, "What the fuck? What are you doing? Whatever, blah blah blah," and started screaming and crying and losing hope on me, and yeah. And then the homeless guy got all pissed with me because I slapped him because he was being a dick. And yeah, and that was it.
You're okay. Wow, I was not expecting that. You kind of mentioned a little bit in the pre-show. Wow. So you befriended a homeless person, tried to kiss him, and your mom scared him away, and then he was a dick to you, so you slapped him.
She didn't scare him away. I slapped him because he was like, "Oh, let me sleep more," and I was like, "You have to go away. My mom is here." And he was like, "My mom is going to show up in any moment," and then my mom showed up. And then he started saying all of his like life. "Oh, I'm a homeless, blah blah blah," like to my mom, and like, yeah.
Wow. Interesting. I would never have guessed that from you. But thank you for sharing that tale.
He was a pretty cute homeless guy.
I'll take your word for that. All right. Let's move into the game show portion of the podcast.
Okay.
So you decided to play all the games on my podcast. So everyone listening, strap on because this is going to be a long one. So, all right. Where to start? Let's start with a classic. Let's start with Would You Rather.
Okay.
So for anyone listening, would you rather? I'm going to put Xicara into two different situations, and she's going to have to explain why she would choose one over the other. And there's going to be two different scenarios with two different situations. How does that sound?
All right.
All right. So let's get started. Okay. Let's start with an interestingly easy one. Would you rather adopt and raise a coffee mug as your child, or eat all your meals off Vin Diesel's head?
Can you repeat?
Yes, I can repeat. Would you rather adopt and raise a coffee mug as your child, or eat all your meals off Vin Diesel's head?
Adopt my child that is like a cup, right?
Yes. Why are you choosing that over the other one?
Yeah, because I can be a negligent mom and be like, oh, Cup, stay there. Yeah, I'm gonna drink from you. I'm gonna yeah, and that's it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You are now the mom of a coffee mug. That's interesting. All right. All right. Then let's go with the next scenario. Would you rather marry and divorce a new person every 6 months, or you're slowly melting, like slowly, very slow?
How slow?
Like, what's a good reason? You know how people, when they get old, they get all droopy and all that. Think of that times 2. So you're just aging faster than you should.
Oh, okay.
And then but you're also sinking. You're getting shorter, and you're eventually going to be a puddle. So
marry and divorce a person every 6 months, unless I have to pay for the divorce.
So you might have to a couple times in that scenario.
Damn, I'll just marry a rich guy and then divorce him.
There are no prenups in this scenario, so you don't get half his stuff. You get no prenups, so you don't get half his stuff.
That's sad.
I'm sorry, that's kind of the rules of the game. Would you still choose to marry random people every 6 months?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna pay anything for it.
Alright. So, you have a very, very interesting marital life up and coming with your coffee mug child.
My problem is really the money, cause we are married. Okay, go fuck yourself. Okay.
That's all right. I don't know. It's hard for me to understand because I don't know. What I'm about to say would have been really stupid, and I'm not going to say it because I caught myself. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you at the end of the episode.
Okay.
Yeah. So no one gets to hear that part. So let's move on to the next game. This game is Job Hunt. So I gave Xicara a couple of her new qualifications that she has, and she's going to have to mix it up into these 2 jobs that she's trying to get into. So, so some of the qualifications you have, Xicara, are, let's see here, where did I put them? You have a time machine, you're really good at squats, and you have a sports car. Okay? And then you can do whatever other skills you really have for the jobs out in the world. Okay?
Okay.
So the first job you're trying to apply to be is a professional thief. So
professional what?
A professional thief.
Okay.
So pretend I'm probably a mobster trying to hire a thief. So try to sell it to me why you're a really good thief.
Okay, hi, what's up?
So, you want to join our group, and have a big job coming up. What makes you better than all the other thieves out there?
Well, I'm really athletic, I can do lots of squats. I have a sports car which is very useful for escaping the scene, and I also have a time machine which can help us if we fail, so we can go back in time.
Fuck, that is way too easy. Yeah, I would hire you immediately, I'm not gonna lie, for that one. So, alright. Would you put any of your real skills into that? Is there any your real skills that you have that would go to being a professional thief?
Not really.
That's good.
Oh, I stole once an eyeliner, and I wasn't caught. So
there you go. You know, you have experience. All right. Then okay, so those qualifications you have are good to be a professional thief. But now you're trying to apply to be a class president. So go ahead and sell yourself.
Okay, the class president. I'm very good at sports. I can do lots of squats, and everyone knows that whoever knows how to do squats can be a class president, because the class president needs to be athletic for some reason. I also have a sports car, which means I'm rich, which also means I have to be very rich, and like, of course, that the student president is rich. And I also have a time machine, so if my plans don't work, I can go back in time and solve them.
You know, you lucked out with these qualifications that I pulled out randomly. You can fix any problem with a time machine.
Yeah, exactly.
You got lucky there. So these are the two jobs. Which one do you want?
I don't want to be a class president. If I had a time machine, I'll be a thief.
Alright. So you are now part of a big heist coming up. Alright, we're gonna move on to the next game.
Okay.
The next game is Inheritance. For anyone listening, Inheritance is a game where I'm going to be offering Xicara different amounts of money, but with every amount of money there comes a curse, and you're gonna have to let me know why you choose or don't choose to take the money. How does that sound?
Okay.
So each there's going to be 3 amounts of money. So let's see. Where's... Alright. Okay. I'm gonna offer you what's the currency for Portugal?
I can understand dollars.
Yeah, alright. So let's go with $250,000.
Huh?
$250,000.
Okay.
But every time you send an email, you automatically own an extra cat.
I can just kill my cats or give them away. So yeah, I'll get the money.
You'll take the $250K.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. You are now $250,000 richer. Let's move on to the next offer then. Let's see here. Let's go. This one's a tough one. So for this one, let's go with $1 million.
Okay.
$1 million. But every time you wash your hands, everything you consume must be done rectally. Every time you wash your hands, everything you consume must be done rectally.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Final offer?
Yeah.
Alright, $1 million off the table then. So, final offer then. Let's go with I'm gonna give you $5 million this time.
Okay.
But every time you ride in a car, dragons become real and they fucking hate you.
Yeah, nah, I don't need $5 million. I prefer my life, thank you.
Final offer?
Yeah.
Alright. $5 million off the table. So you are $250,000 richer though. But now every time you email, you get cats like crazy.
Yeah, I barely send emails.
Oh, look, even better.
I just send emails to my school, and I barely do that.
Yeah, not a lot of people email anymore. That's the only reason I email a lot these days is just for the podcast. The reason I reached out to you on Discord is because I saw you were on the guys' Discord. So that was the only reason I was able to reach it to you. Because I was trying to find an email to contact you. But I couldn't find one. So I got lucky.
Yay!
It's pretty late over there, isn't it?
It's like 11.
Alright, so we have 2 more games to play then. Before you're probably about time to crash, aren't you?
Not really.
Really? So you're a night owl?
Yeah.
I feel you. I work graveyard, so I'm awake all night. So the next game we're gonna play is Love Match. Love Match is a game where I'm gonna give 3 bachelors to Xicara.
Yeah.
Each of the 3 guys have some very interesting positives, but just there's one negative that just might bug you. How does that sound?
Okay.
All right. So let's go. Let's start. You know what? Let's start out with the homeless guy. We don't know his true name. He's just known as the homeless guy. But did you know that the homeless guy was actually a CEO? And he knows exactly how to get you in the mood. That was the homeless guy. Yes. What? The homeless guy is a CEO, and he knows exactly how to get you in the mood.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce the middle one?
What?
The name of
Oxymel?
Oxymel? Okay, so Oxymel is the most physically attractive person you have ever seen, and he built you a house with their bare hands just to have sex with you in it.
Okay.
And lastly, and not lastly, Monkey Jones. Monkey Jones is actually a vampire, a sexy kind. And having sex with him is the equivalent of having 8 hours of sleep.
Okay, I choose the vampire.
So, okay, but I haven't told you. There's one more trait about each of them that I haven't told you about.
Okay. Tell the trait.
I know it sounds interesting, right? They have some all interesting positive qualities, right?
Not really. It's not qualities I like.
Okay. Okay, so since it sounds like you're really interested in Monkey Jones, the vampire sex equals 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
He has a literal fire crotch.
What's that?
His dick's on literal fire.
Oh, no, thank you.
Then, Oxymol, the very, very attractive, built this house for you. Every inch of their body is covered in dick tattoos.
No, thank you.
And lastly, the homeless guy. The CEO knows how to get you in the mood, but he masturbates in public, which is interesting. That's how this worked. So
I'll choose Monkey Jones, but I'll just don't have sex with him.
A relationship without sex. I commend you for that. I'll do your best for that.
If I have to have sex with him, I have to choose the homeless guy.
Well, that's whatever your style of relationship is. This show, you're trying to date one of them. If Monkey Joan, the vampire fire crotch one, is who you're interested in going out with, go for it. So you don't have to sleep with them yet. Maybe in the future. But that's only if you like them.
Okay.
So who's your final choice? Who would you like to go out with?
Monkey Jones, but I don't want to have sex with them because I don't want my vagina burned.
Sounds good. Monkey Jones, take Xicara on a lovely date then. Alright. We are getting to the last game of the podcast and just about the end of the show. So the final game is One of Us. For our listeners, One of Us is an improv game where Xicara is going to try to convince us to join her group, organization, or cult. She was given a couple of key points to tell us in her speech or rant. So let me know when you're ready, Xicara.
Okay, so I invent what the cult is about, right?
Yeah, Just try to convince me to join your group.
Okay, so we are a cult of magical girls that do magical stuff and fight crime. On the other day, we went to a toxic waste place and we put all of that stuff with sparkles and all pretty and stuff. We fight toxic waste too, that is really cool. And also we want sweet revenge on the toxic wasters that do toxic stuff to the environment. So join us if you want to be a magic girl and stop toxic wastes.
Okay. I have a few questions then. We're going to move into the Q&A part of the questions.
Okay.
My first big question is, can a guy be a magical girl?
No.
So it's a female exclusive group. Okay.
Yeah, it's a cult. Of course it's exclusive to some people.
All right. Can you describe a perfect day for one of your members?
A perfect day?
Yeah, what's a perfect day for one of your members?
So, wake up, brush your teeth, take a shower, eat breakfast, go to school, have something crazy happen that has something to do with toxic waste, save the day, and then nobody notices that you are gone for some reason, and then you save the world and you go back to school, and for some reason that doesn't have any repercussions.
Interesting. So So it seems like you're like doing a lot of fighting. Sounds like there's some big stuff happening out there, like the feeling of the end of the world. So what would be the date of the coming apocalypse and why?
What?
So it sounds like your group does a lot of fighting to kind of preserve the world. Like if there's a date of the apocalypse for the human race that you guys are trying to protect, when would it be?
I don't know. I don't know. Only when the factory decides to like put the world like in the movie WALL-E. I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Okay. Why do people consider your group to be corrupt?
Because we are adorable.
I love that. That is adorable. I'm not gonna. Let's see here. And I think then my last and final question. What should I bring to the first meeting? If I was a female.
Your magical girl suit.
Wait, you guys don't provide one? I have to make my own?
Yeah, usually there is this animal or like that goes to you and gives you a ring, and that ring, when you click on it, you transform into the magical girl suit.
Okay. All right. So, sounds like I won't be able to make it, but maybe some of my listeners will. So go ahead and find out if you want to join our group. Apparently I can't, sadly. Sounds interesting, but sad times for me. But if you want to be a magical girl and protect the world from toxicity, go ahead. All right.
Yeah, toxic people on the internet are the worst.
Tell me about it. I'm actually, actually, fun thing for, I don't know if this ever happened. There's a fun thing that I've been. So, you guys post all your stuff on YouTube for your podcast, right?
Yeah, we are toxic as shit.
So something. Go ahead.
I was called toxic once by a guy.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't know what they're talking about.
They know, but like I was really toxic, but like I didn't notice. So yeah. Anyway, what were you saying?
So someone told me a couple. Like there can be a lot of people for the most part listening to the show, and they might like it. But someone once told me that you haven't made it until you get your first hater. I'm still waiting for that person to come to my show and say, this is fucking stupid, and keep listening.
Oh, I already have haters that hate me, but like the show.
You know what? Whatever keeps them coming, right? But as long as you stay strong, I'll be proud of you. I
have haters everywhere.
Oh. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You have a fan
that guy that
right
said
here.
I was toxic.
Well, at least you have a fan with me.
And I have Oxymel.
There you go.
Oxymel, if you're hearing this, you are adorable.
There you go. Shout out to Oxymel.
Yeah, he's like adorable. He's like 17, so he's underage. So don't get your dicks out. And your vaginas out.
You didn't even choose him as your date. Why didn't you choose him as your date?
Because your version of him has dicks everywhere.
You don't know if he has tattooed dicks right now. He could.
He doesn't. I've seen him.
Okay.
He's adorable.
I'll take your word for that. All right. So we're at the end of the show. This is the point where I ask my guests to kind of like shout out all the stuff they would like to, where they can find you, how to reach you, and all that jazz.
Yeah, check me out on YouTube on my second channel. I'll probably have a third channel about drawing too, but I didn't make it yet, so there is no link. I have a Twitch. I have a Twitter. What do I have more? Let me see the list I sent you. Fuck. What do I have more? I have a DeviantArt. Oh, I have a podcast, Two Friends and Xicara podcasts, and I have a Discord channel. And there is this comic a friend of mine is making. I was going to make the art for it, but I realized I wasn't good enough to make the art for him, so I gave up on it. But now he has another artist, and he's really good, so I have the link of his Twitter on the description. You can check it out, check out the art there, and yeah, updates and shit on the comic. It's really good. Can I talk about the comic?
No, yeah, you're more than welcome to share.
So his comic is basically, it's called Sanova. It's about, I don't really know what's about exactly, but it's about an alien planet and really interesting characters and yeah, at least visually interesting characters and aliens and shit all on the same planet, and there is steampunk shit and cyberpunk shit and yeah.
It sounds interesting. I would have to look at it, so I'll check it out. So anyone listening,
and
go
the
check
art
out.
And the art is really good. The guy who's drawing it is really good.
You know, I might try to reach out and talk with them. That'd be good. No,
I can send you his Discord.
Yeah, we can do that after the show then, so we can connect. Thank you for that, Soccer. Thank you.
You're welcome. I can also join you with the artist. He's also a really good artist.
Actually, that would be a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
So anyone listening, go check her out. All her links will be down in the description. Go check out some of the things she suggests. Yeah, why can't I not talk? Some of the things she suggested. It was really fun to talk with you. I'm glad we were able to do this really quick. It was fun. I hope you had fun too.
Thank you. It was a good distraction.
Just a distraction. That hurts a little.
It's not a distraction. It's to pass time while I'm drawing. I'm not just listening to music. I'm talking while I'm drawing.
Well, if I was able to entertain you a little bit, I'm happy. So, anyone listening, go ahead and check out.
Yeah, it's entertainment, exactly.
Thank you. So go ahead and check her out. Go ahead and check her out. And thanks everyone for listening. Remember, you can try to reach me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all that stuff. Wherever you found this podcast on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to any podcast site. To try to reach me for any other things, go ahead. Emails down below. There's a lot. You can reach me almost anywhere. If you want to hate on me, please do. I need to get that one hater. Then I feel significant. But
you are shit. Fuck you.
Ouch. I didn't want you. No. But no, everyone, thanks again for listening. I really appreciate it. And I want to thank, once again, Sakura for joining me. So, until next time, see ya.
See ya.
Hey everybody, my name is Grant, and I host a podcast called It's Trivial. Now, It's Trivial is a game show in which I pit comedians, musicians, podcasters, and other interesting people against one another, usually in front of a live audience for the sake of public ridicule. Hope you'll check it out. There's something there for everybody. There's stuff for people who like movies, music, history, geography, comic books, and even more. Be sure to give me a follow here on social media on Instagram and Twitter at It's Trivial Show, and check out the entire first season of It's Trivial now in your favorite podcast app. Thanks.